looking forward to this. And welcome to Strikeout Beer, late night beer reviews with your host, Alan Rapid Dave. I'm Rapid Dave.
I'm Alan.
What up, dude?
You may be confused because Rapid Dave said late night beer reviews, and this is like 9 o'clock in the morning when you're watching it.
Maybe it's 9 o'clock at night. We'll have to figure that out.
Through the magic of the internet.com, we were able to record this late at night and release it to you at a time of our choosing. So
that's how I posted like everything last week too. I go drunk beer reviews. I didn't put like 9 a.m. drunk beer. Maybe I'll change the name of it. You know what? As we go further into the night, we'll just call them 9 a.m. drunk beer reviews. I mean, it's going to be awesome, right?
Why not?
Worse than this.
I mean, people already jump in and go, "You're drinking already?" No, we're not drinking already.
Yeah. Well, that's why we started uploading instead of actually going live and stuff like that. So,
right.
You said grab a beer. We're going to talk NFL. That's exactly what I did, and I'm ready to talk NFL. What beer are you having?
I'm having from Brutal Beer Works Menace to Sobriety. This is a West Coast IPA with Amarillo, coming in at 8.5% alcohol by volume. And shout out to Mr. Tyrannosaurus Rye with this can art on here. He's been doing a lot of their can art lately, and it's phenomenal. It's got that old school feel to it.
I love that look.
This is one of those beers that, like, if they put this out on the shelf, people would buy it just because of the can.
Right? I feel like if they did get it out there and they distroed to like a bigger beer store or something like that, or like a Total Wine or your local craft beer store, it would definitely it throw a little bit extra out there. For me, I'm going False Idol, the Swiftness Munich style lager. Now, here's one of the issues I have with these type of beers.
Is that the pancake stout?
No, it's a Munich style beer. It's not a stout.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the Munich style lager. The issue I have with beers like this is that people call them fest beers. But so you have fest beer on Untapped. You have, it says Munich style lager here. So we're about to find out, because I've been fooled. I've been bamboozled.
They pulled the okie doke on you.
And people, now I'm not saying I haven't cracked this beer yet. I don't know what's in it. I don't know if it's a true fest beer or if it's a Munich style or like a Marzen. It doesn't say Marzen. It says Munich style lager. So I'm expecting a nice, light, crisp, slammable beer. And let's get after it.
There we go. I was talking to a kiddo the other day about something. And I made the comment that we're being bamboozled.
Oh, baby.
She's like, "What's bamboozled?" When someone pulls the okie doke on you. She's like, "Huh? Bamboozled okie doke? They pull the fast one on you?" She's like, "I don't know what you're saying, Dad." I was like, "It's okay."
So yeah, obviously this is the fest beer. It's light in color. It's beautiful. Oh man, I almost knocked that thing over. So yeah, you can see it right there. That thing is
that West Coast. It
looks like grapefruit juice. Is that a hazy or not hazy? What is it? Would you say it was a West Coast?
West Coast IPA.
Okay.
With Amarillo.
Yeah, according to Untapped, this is a 5.6% alcohol by volume, no IBUs, average score of 3.77. It was the greatest beer in all the world. Bring on Das Boot. That's what it says. So that's even like now it's a 5. Like I don't even have to taste it. It's a 5.
10.
I didn't read this before. I just pulled it up. I was like, oh, let me take a look at it. But by the time I got to the greatest beer, I knew where we were going. I'm on for the ride, baby.
Oh man, I freaking love. I need to watch that movie again. It's been a while since I've watched it. I watch it a few times a year just because it's so great. Like,
oh god, I got to take a picture of this beer. I'm still got I got the giggles. I got the giggles really bad, especially after that. Oh my god, like 4 minutes in, we're doing awesome.
Oh man.
Oh god. Anyways, you want to talk a little football? We want to have a couple.
Yeah.
We want to have a beer. This will be one of those expedited shows where it lasts about 15 to 20 minutes. If you're new to the show, we do these quick reviews and keep it kind of light, kind of quick. Now they can be extended by up to like 30 minutes or so, but we try to have a beer, have a chat, and get out of the way.
Depends on how many beers we've had. You're catching us 4 beer. This is beer number 4 of the night for us. So We could probably keep this one here around 15.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
So NFL stuff is happening. Games are happening. Teams are playing. Players are fumbling the ball, and now they're getting cut. Melvin Gordon got cut yesterday. He had his 5th or 6th fumble of the season, and the Broncos just said, "You know what, bro? We're done. We got this giant back here, Latavius Murray, that we signed off the Saints practice squad after he had a great game for the Saints. We said, these are ours now," and they cut him. They were talking to Gordon after the game. You're like, "Oh, what's going on with the phone?" He's like, "Look, I was trying to get some extra yards, got sloppy with the ball, he got knocked out. It's just it happens." He goes, "Believe me, no one's more sick about it than I am." Right?
Yeah.
But he's gonna get picked up somewhere. Where do you think he's gonna end up?
I mean, who needs a running back right now? If you think about
Well,
everywhere there, all the teams that are out there, I mean, I
to me,
don't
there's
know
one
if there's
team that kind of sticks out to me.
is it the
Uh,
Jets?
it's the Jets. It's 100% the Jets. They
Yeah.
lose Brees Hall.
Mhm.
They trade for James Robinson, and Robinson just hasn't done anything in that system. He
It's 2
hasn't done
weeks.
anything. It's a couple weeks in,
Yeah.
but you're losing games now. You lose a sloppy game yesterday where you lose 10-3
It
to
wasn't his
the
fault either.
Patriots. But still, you want to expect to score more than 3 points, and then you lose the way that you did with 5 seconds left in the game, and you punt the ball, and homeboy runs the kickback. Like, ugh,
It was crazy. The coin
that
is out of control.
that one hurt.
Needs to be stopped. Eh, I think it's that time of the year where everything's getting kind of weird. Not only has it is that strange, Melvin Gordon being cut anyways, but he has control issues with the ball, and it's been like that all season. And I'm sure that he is disgusted with it in his performance as well, because he is trying a little extra. He's trying to do a little bit more, and then he just gets caught. Right? It's just that weird. You just happen to get caught. The ball pops out. You're like, what the hell is going on? And I'm sure the coaching staff and the ownership are just like, we can't deal with it anymore. But it's like one of those things where you're like, I'm done.
You've got a team that's way underperforming the expectations for this year. Some people picked them to go to the Super Bowl this year, right? I know I predicted them to go pretty deep. I expected them to have a really good year. They have a really great that defense. If they scored, I want to say it's something like 18 points a game.
It's the highest scoring defense in the league right now. The defense is winning the ball games for them. Everyone thought that Russell Wilson wasn't the problem in Seattle, and now they're starting to find out that Russell Wilson absolutely is the
Been the
problem.
problem in Seattle.
Yeah,
But like if that offense scored 18 points a game, I think they would have only lost 1 or 2 games.
Yeah.
Like that defense is playing insane, out of their mind football, and that offense is doing absolutely nothing to help them out. So you've got a situation where he's trying to do more because the team is so bad, right? So maybe if you take him off that bad team and you put him on a good team that isn't constantly fighting from behind, fighting for points, fighting for yards, maybe he does better, right? He's not trying to fight for that extra couple yards because he knows he's on a competent offense. That offense is awful. It is bad.
It starts with the coaching there. That's
100%, 100% with the coaching, with that situation. But man, like a player like Melvin Gordon, who's again he's older, right? But I think he's still got something left in the tank.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
and I would definitely, see him on someone like it on with the Jets, where you don't have to try and be that guy. Now you're splitting time with James Robinson. That might be good for him. You're on a team with a winning record that a lot of people are expecting to make the playoffs this year.
Right.
So
I mean, why not, right? Yeah, I just with this season, like I was talking about before, it's been a weird season already. You're getting a lot of bad football, and the fans are fans. You're still going to sit down and watch the games. You're still going to be like you're going to cheer for your teams. You're going to watch it because fantasy football. It's not. I don't know if it's an all-time high right now, but everyone plays fantasy football. Everyone plays DFS. Everyone's involved some way or another on every single Thursday, Sunday, and Monday, and so these things are starting to like kind of stack up. People are like, I'm watching. And it's like, it's been poor football this year. You know what I mean? Like the overall quality, the competitiveness or whatever, it's just been really just not there. It's
Yeah.
been rough to watch. I know you don't watch a lot of it. I know you just watch the Lions.
I watch the Lions and I watch the red zone, you
Yeah.
know.
And that's it. And you can
And
tell which teams aren't in there. And then you can definitely see which teams are turning it over in the red zone every single freaking time, either a fumble, an interception, a sack fumble, all kinds of crap. And it's insane how bad it is this year. I've noticed that this is like the worst year it's been probably in about 5 years. Like it's just sloppy. It really is sloppy.
you definitely do have some sloppy play here. You ready for a fun fact?
That's sure.
Russell Wilson has 2 more touchdown passes than Joe Flacco,
Damn, the backup, huh?
who hasn't played since week 3.
Yeah. Yeah, Russell Wilson
So,
is killing fantasy leagues all around the block, all around the world. Now if you're in a PPR or whatever, Cortland Sutton's just getting you enough points to be a serviceable person. Jerry Jeudy went down last week. He's out to I don't know how long. Melvin Gordon just got cut. Latavius Murray had a good week, obviously. It's
that's why
just
you're cutting Melvin Gordon, right?
yeah.
It's crazy to think, like, before the season started, the Broncos gave him a 5-year, $242.5 million extension.
I think this is the beginning of the end of those mega contracts for quarterbacks. I just don't see it. I feel like there's going to be teams that are like, hey, like if we have a quarterback, we have to pay. Like you bet Jerry's just hating himself for having to pay that much for Dak being like a mediocre quarterback, right?
Right,
And
but here's the difference between, like, Dak and Wilson.
Wilson won a Super Bowl.
He won but Dak's still young.
Yeah.
Right? So I think your younger quarterbacks, like a Dak, they'll still get those big contracts. But what Russell Wilson is doing is screwing it up for those guys who have been around for a while, who are getting that second, it would be like the second or third big contract, right?
Okay. I was going to ask you that. Yeah.
Yeah. This is the guys that are getting that, like, this is Dak's first big contract.
Yeah.
Though guys like Dak are still going to get that big contract. Guys like Kyler are still going to get that big contract. These guys really get
contract.
That first big contract, the first contract after their rookie contract, where they make jack crap. You got a guy like Dak who wasn't even making $1 million, right? But some of these older guys that have been in the league for a while, that maybe they've been on a team or two, or they've been with one team for a while and that team's starting to suck. Now he's looking for a fresh start. They're going to kind of be a little bit hesitant because of it.
I absolutely think they should. And here's the reason why. I don't want to see any more Tom Brady. I don't want to see any more Aaron Rodgers. Get rid of Andy Dalton. Get rid of Matt Ryan. Let's get the new guys in here and let's get some youth into the league, right? They're like bottlenecking and keeping 4 or 5 teams hostage because the other teams don't want to go anywhere else to get anything. It's like, man, I don't.
But
we have to deal with some young. Do we want to deal with some green quarterback or do we want to deal with a 45-year-old guy that he can check it down like a mother?
But you also got to look at, like, you're also looking at it through, like, hindsight though too, a little bit, right? Because look at Tom Brady had his greatest offensive season ever last year, right?
That was last year?
At 87 years old, the dude balled out, right? Aaron Rodgers has won the last 2 league MVPs. Yeah. So to predict that those 2 guys would have had the fall offs and the drop offs this year that they have had, unexpected. Right?
We can just avoid it. We don't need the big season highs if we just get rid of the season lows as well. Just get rid of them. Okay.
So hey, you won the MVPs for 2 years. You know what? You're done. Go. No.
Should have got rid of them 2 years ago. 2 years ago, should have got rid of them.
You're not going to do. You can say that now.
Bring some youth in
based off the season that they're having, but before this season, both of us were talking about, even with Aaron Rodgers, he lost Devontae. We were expecting his numbers to drop. But at the same time, we were like, he's still Aaron Rodgers. He's still going to have – both me and you were sitting there going, dude, I'm drafting Aaron Rodgers in like the 10th round, 12th round. Yeah. I'm drafting Aaron Rodgers as like my second quarterback right now. This is insane. We were both laughing our asses off like, dude, we're going to win leagues because we're drafting Aaron Rodgers in the 13th round.
And now he's cut.
And now we're like, dude, hey, someone cut Aaron Rodgers. I don't want him.
Yeah. I don't know what situation I want. And I'll tell you, the only situation I would want him is there's one league I'm in. and Aaron Rodgers wasn't around, and that someone had dropped Russ Wilson, and so I had a choice between Russ Wilson, Zach Wilson, and some other slap D, and I'm like,
I'll
I
take
hate
the
my life.
slapty. Give me the slapty.
I was like, I hate
I
my
don't know
life.
who he is. I want the mystery box. That's what I want.
Let me put a kicker in this position. I should be able to put a kicker in. Let me put a kicker in.
Money McPherson got me 20 points this last week. I'm just saying.
Bass put up like 30 something. So yeah, no,
Sure.
I'm in. I'm in. Give me the kickers. But yeah, it's just part of the league where I actually am very tired of just seeing these old guys out there. I know they're not ready to hang them up, and I'm sure that their fan base isn't like. Let's be honest. If you're a Packers fan, are you ready? I think you're ready. I think it's time to bring
Are
Love.
you ready for the Jordan Love era? Because we've seen what Jordan Love has.
I mean, you got to start somewhere, right? You got to somehow go. But for me,
hold on. Here's what Jordan Love has. It's a bag of nothing.
Oh Jesus! But I will say this, and we'll end it on a local note. Like Dallas Cowboys beat the Vikings like 40-something-3. Like, was it 40-3? Or I think it was 40-3.
Something like that. I don't know, man.
Absolutely, Kirk Cousins. No one. They couldn't get anything going.
Was it 3 or 13? I don't know. It ended in a 3.
Hey, don't worry about it. I got it. 40-3.
Okay, 40-3.
And so it's like, is Kurt? The question that was brought up today was, are the Vikings a fraud and somehow have manipulated to get this record? I go, wait, you got to beat who's in front of you, and they've beaten everybody. But it's like, then you have a chance to really just, plow through a Cowboys team that their defense has been giving up everything. Their offense doesn't really do a lot, and then all of a sudden they drop a 40 burger on your ass and you kick a field goal. That is it. I don't know what to do or say about that. That was a 3:25 kick game yesterday on Sunday.
Not quite prime time. So Cousins still should have, but
I thought Cousins was gonna just blow up, ball out, go crazy, and they were completely dominated. I could not believe what I was seeing.
I didn't watch that one.
They made Dak look like an all-pro quarterback, and everybody knows Dak is not that great.
He's not an all-pro quarterback.
He's not that great. He balls out against terrible teams.
Buddy. You're not that guy.
CeeDee Lamb had a hell of a game. Pollard had a hell of a game. Maher had a hell of a game. It just is one of those things where they plowed through them.
At the same time, the last 2 years, they've beaten the Vikings with Ben DiNucci and Cooper Rush. So
it's crazy.
For whatever reason, the Cowboys have the Vikings number, no matter who's back there, right? That's just kind of been the way it is. But you got a team that's rolling, right? You're 8-1 or 7-1. I think they were 8-1 at that point. You're going to lose again at a certain point in time, right? It was just last week everyone was talking about how awful Dallas is because they just got beat by the Packers. So here's what it's a week-to-week league. Is what it is. All you got to do is just try and stack dubs, minimize your defeats, and just go after it. Get into the playoffs and see what happens.
Yeah,
get into the playoffs healthy and see what happens.
Dallas, they play the Giants this week. Thanksgiving game. They host the Giants. They come to town on a very, very short week, and then Minnesota will host the Patriots. So I assume Minnesota
prime time on Thanksgiving, right?
7:20. It's a night game.
It's a night game, prime time. So give me the Pats on that one. Also, but you've also got the angle of when you have a team that's good, because the Vikings are a good team. Okay, don't make any mistakes. They are still a good team. Did they just get their doors knocked off them yesterday? Absolutely.
Electric offense.
But that's going to happen. Can Justin Jefferson be contained multiple weeks in a row? Hasn't happened yet.
It's tough.
But
and
it is
loose. It opens up the run. I got a feeling like, just before you brought it up, it's like, can they do it back to back? And I'm like, dude, I was looking up the teams. I was like, Minnesota's about to beat the shit out of whoever's up next. You know what I mean? I was like, they're going to take them to the shed. But
it's Patriots in prime time.
It's Patriots and it's prime time. And oh my God, this might be a game. This is going to be not a fun game to watch. People they say it probably won't be a high scoring game,
I don't
but
think
it's
so.
going to be something that you're going to enjoy. And I'm glad it's a 720 game. Kirk Cousins has another chance to prove himself in prime time, and then you have the Giants and Cowboys earlier in the day.
And then before that, you've got the Detroit Lions taking on those Buffalo Bills in Detroit. The Lions are on a winning streak, 3 straight. Fuck the Bills. Let's go Lions.
I was about to ask that because I was like, I know the Lions play, right? The Lions and Cowboys always play.
We're playing the Bills.
Yeah.
Noon o'clock.
Bills look rough.
They just lost. They just won in Detroit.
They
moved that game to Detroit.
6 feet
I actually think they're staying in Detroit. I think is what I saw. They're just going to stay there because they're there. It's a short week. Why not just stay there? Get your practicing in there. You don't have to worry about travel and things like that. So that definitely helps them.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that gives them a little bit of a leg up on Detroit, who was just playing in New Jersey. But
now we usually do our picks on Wednesday night at 9 o'clock. Yeah. But let's do a little preview. Let's do the 3 teams that we know we're playing on Thanksgiving.
Okay.
All right. So early game.
We're just talking straight up, or you want me to pull the spreads that are listed right now?
Nope, straight up. Money line only. Lions are hosting Buffalo. Who do you got?
They got me feeling all penisy. Like,
yeah, Detroit fans are weird,
dude. 3 straight. We're doing what I thought we were going to be doing at the beginning of the season. The defense has been playing really great. Aiden Hutchinson has been balling out, dude.
Doing good.
That dude had another pick yesterday. Kirby Joseph has been, or Joseph Kirby, one of the two. A rookie who came in for Tracy Walker when he's one of our defensive leaders, our free safety. Week 3 tears his ACL. He's come in since then, and dude, he picked off Aaron Rodgers twice. Had another pick yesterday. The defense has been playing great. The offense is electric, and you're not even getting that much out of DeAndre Swift. They're saying he's healthy, but you're not getting a lot of action out of him. They're really leaning on Jamal Williams, but also Justin Jackson has been getting a lot of carries.
Yeah, Swift's the lead back out there,
and has been doing good things. I think they're just trying to. It's a long season.
What is it, glass house? He gets hurt every time he touches the ball.
He does not.
Jamal Williams is the scorer there. He's the action. He's
10 touchdowns. I think he's had like 10 touchdowns this season.
Yeah, he's all action, baby.
He had 3 touchdowns yesterday, but they got Swift a touchdown yesterday too. 4 rushing touchdowns. The offensive line is arguably the best offensive line in the NFL.
Come on, picks. These are picks.
Give me the fucking Lions.
Yeah, they're not winning. Bills for me, just because I'm a sane person.
Because you're a hater.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the Bears that you said the Bears suck. Then you beat the Giants. The Giants suck, and
the Giants suck. We beat the Packers. The Packers suck.
Yeah,
and we beat the Bills because the Bills suck.
Ugh, I don't know about that
because they suck. You know what? Whoever we play, we beat the Commanders.
Y'all got the Jags next. Y'all got I thought
the Jags next. We got the Bills next.
No, after the Bills. After the Bills.
Oh, we're gonna kick their ass too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like you got the weirdest schedule ever. But anyways,
playoffs, baby, playoffs.
Next game up, Dallas Cowboys hosting the Giants. What do you think?
The Giants are beat up. We heard so many of their players yesterday.
They're all hurt. Saquon didn't even I don't even think he got back on the field at some point. He was
he was just shut down. He wasn't hurt. We just shut him down.
Well, what's his name scored a rushing touchdown? What the hell's the guy? It's not Gallman anymore. It's the other guy. Yeah, he rushed one in.
Matt Breida.
Yeah, Matt Breida from San Francisco.
Yeah, Matt Breida got he pulled a Blake Bortles and got a garbage time touchdown. Okay.
I thought the same thing when I saw Swift score. I go, 38-7. This guy finally scores. I go, that's cool.
It wasn't 38-7. Shut your hooker mouth. It was not 38-7.
It was some dumb score like that. I go, he's in there in cleanup duty. Like I said, Jamal Williams is a stud out there. He's the guy that scores all the touchdowns. He's who they lean on. He's the emotional piece in Detroit.
He is very much the emotional piece. Give me the Cowboys.
Cowboys, they have to, right?
I just think what's his name? Wendell Robinson is his name or something like that.
Yeah, he's out.
The rookie wide receiver, he's hurt. You're starting to lose receivers. Like Kenny Golladay got in the game yesterday.
Yeah. There's Too
which
many injuries for the offense. The offense just doesn't have enough.
he doesn't have anyone to throw the ball to.
Yeah. That's why he runs it in half the time on his
But
own.
the Cowboys are susceptible to the run. Saquon, maybe. Daniel Jones, I don't know. I already picked the Cowboys. It is the Cowboys. But if the Giants win, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Last but not least, prime time 7:20. This is how you're going to shut down your Thanksgiving dinner night. Patriots traveling to the Minnesota Vikings.
This one's tough because, I mean, the Patriots are still that defense. Belichick knows how to shut teams down. Prime time, Kirk Cousins. But they just got the doors blown off them.
They beat the Bills.
You know what? Let's just go and say it. Do you like that?
Vikings.
Do you like that?
I'm telling you, they're
the Vikings. Low scoring game, but Kirk Cousins going to hit Justin Jefferson, and I think Justin Jefferson is going to catch the ball with his taint and win the game.
There you go. So it's 7-3, 7-0, something like that. It's going to be super low scoring. I agree with you. All right, I'm already done with this beer. I'm having False Idol Swiftness, Munich Style Lager, and it held up. It's a fest beer, super light, super fun, super crushable. What do you got?
Mensa Sobriety, West Coast IPA, Amarillo, 8.5%. Delicious. Really good. Not overly bitter or hoppy like you will get with a lot of your West Coast IPAs. A little bit more smoother, especially considering it's 8.5% alcohol by volume. Pretty damn good. The can art gets a 40 out of 10.
Nice. And we chose two beers randomly, and of course, it's two breweries that are in North Richland Hills and about half a mile away from each other.
You can walk to the two of them. Like honestly, you really could. If you've had a little too much to drink, you don't want to drive. Just walk.
Yeah, both phenomenal. Yeah, that's gonna do it. We hit 27 minutes. Of course, we went a little bit long, talked a little bit of footy football, and
let's make some picks up for Thanksgiving. We would have been good at 15, but then you got me all hyped up. Yeah, talk some Lions. We're on the win streak, baby. Look, hey, another team just lost their kneecaps. Bills, we're coming for your kneecaps. As always, I'm Alan.
I'm Rapid Dave.
Talk to you guys later. Deuces.